Okay, so hello. And today we're going to be taking a look at Whole Foods 365 coffee beans. I actually did look at this, the Island Blend City Roast, and of course it's going to be a nightmare to get that footage off my external hard drive until I get my computer back at least. But know that I did take a look at this, and I just finished this up a few days ago, and I was just wrapping up and before deciding what else to get, so I decided to get this one. Their 365 Pleasant Morning Buzz Vienna Roast. Arabica beans, whole food stuff. Now, just for a bit of context on this, on why I got the city roast as opposed to the more popular roasts that they have. And they actually did have one that was right in the middle. I was coming from the more medium roast and pre-ground coffee, and before that, that was before. I was coming from the pre-ground coffee, and after I went to the whole bean, and that one was from the 8 o'clock, which actually isn't bad. You actually get a little bit less for the same price as this. This came in around $10.99. So you are getting a little bit less, but I thought the quality might be there again. And from this pack specifically, it was like that because you saw that the beans were much shinier as opposed to just more sort of matted out, more non-shiny beans. That was the 8 o'clock ones that I had. So again, they sort of look like how shiny Starbucks was. But again, I didn't want to go for an overly bitter roast or something so common. I figured you're probably gonna get these beans just because you've already tried Starbucks. So, not to mention, you can pretty much get these from the Whole Foods delivery if you use the Amazon app, since of course Amazon bought Whole Foods. So again, this one's a little bit lighter, and the reason I got not a little bit lighter, a little bit darker, and the other one's a little bit lighter. So the reason I got this next time is because the actual middle one, the one that's right, the one with the circle right in the middle, that one is only on pre-ground. There's only a pre-ground version of that. I think it's called like the American Roast or something. But maybe at one point I'll try it out. But the reason I chose the dark over the light was because the light one did taste again, when it's freshly brewed, obviously by the Bonavita, it doesn't have the initial taste. When it's nice and hot, it's pretty much the same. Rarely matters. There's like maybe a bit of a difference from coming from the 8 o'clock one, but not much. You'd feel the difference when you've maybe drunk too much of these, too much coffee. So you might realize, oh, it's actually kind of acidic a bit, as opposed to maybe the darker ones, which they can also be acidic, but maybe it's just that little bit difference. But when you're drinking a few of it, might be you notice it more. So again, since I've kind of, I don't know, because I've been in a bit of a slump with my computer being in the shop, so I will be making do with this one. Making do like, oh, it's terrible. No, they're actually pretty darn good. So I'm gonna try this one, the darker version, and I'm gonna see if that tastes at all different. Again, the beans were pretty decent, but again, they don't promote these as they promote more their Allegro version, which is of course the more expensive one. And I'll eventually work my way up to those, but since I couldn't find any reviews on these, I figured I might as well try them each and give my font. So let's go ahead and open this. Okay, I should give you a little tab here. Did I forget about that on the other one? Okay, the other. You can smell it already. It's pretty good. Okay. Definitely smells. It doesn't smell as fresh. Maybe that's just a darker roast. They're looking a little bit more like the 8 o'clock beans, as opposed to the more maybe brown, brown versions that the City Roast Island Blend ones looked. They do smell a bit more. I don't know. You could definitely smell it, but it's not as much as you that. It sort of maybe smells a bit more bitter. So let's take a look at these here. Again, they actually look a little bit lighter, so maybe I'll adjust the lighting a little bit. Let's see how that looks. They definitely do look like the darker roast, but they are just a bit shinier. Not as shiny as these ones. Oh god, well, why did I just throw those back in? You're not supposed to throw those back in. Right, because I have nowhere to put them. Lack of preparation on my part. So again, I'll be back when I get my scale and my grinder for this. So I'll see in part 2. But again, so far the roast looks good. Looks very good. Doesn't smell as fresh, maybe. Smells like a bit uncoffee-like, but we'll maybe get around to tasting that soon. All right, see you on part 2.